Hello, welcome. Hi, ladies. I'm doing this live, first of all, in my Facebook group, Women Creating Healthy Lives. And today I am talking about, the topic today is about some of the emotional symptoms and other symptoms and things that you may not be aware of that are kind of common in midlife, and some of the things you can do. Kind of like what to expect. Often women are like, don't realize, like, our generation wasn't really told about all the things that we could experience because our mothers didn't really talk about this back then. I remember all I knew was hot flashes. I didn't even notice. And now that I know, my mom did gain weight during that phase of life when she was in perimenopause, obviously, because my mom was very slim. And then all of a sudden she started gaining weight. And I'm like, what? That's not like her. And we kind of teased her, right? But she didn't know that's what it was either. And then when she finished menopause, my mom lost weight again. And I was like, oh, that's very strange. So we all know that weight gain is a common symptom, but I'm going to talk about some of the ones that are not so common. And of course, some of the emotional things that we can go through. And that is what I found to be so crazy in the midlife phase, was the emotional stuff that I did not expect. And I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know what I was going through when I was going through those emotional things. Because those things came first before the weight gain, before I even knew what was happening to my body. And so they set me right off into like, oh my God, I don't feel good. What's going on? I'm just going to go on the Facebook group in my computer and just check out how the video's going. Hello. I see someone's watching. So if you're watching the replay, if you're watching live, please make sure to say hello. Put a like, put a love, send me a comment. Therefore, Facebook will let you see my videos in the future. Otherwise, it doesn't think you're interested in my videos and it won't show them. So I'm just going to put a thing here that I am live. Don't see me. Okay. A couple more people coming on. Say hello when you come on. Hello, hello. Are you new to my group or have you been in here for a while? Would love to know so I can say hello. And I have. So also you can feel free to let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, what things you're going through during this phase of life, whether they're mindset issues, emotional issues, physical issues, any of those types of things. Let me know what you're going through. We are all different, right? So every woman's different. We know that. We all start at a different age. We all go through this differently, have different symptoms, experience things differently in our body, and our body changes, right? So we are all different. There's no beginning, like there's no age where it should begin, and there's no age where it should end. Okay? And another thing, I just want to say, before we really get into this, if you don't learn what to do to bring your body back into better balance as you're going through this phase, then it will last longer, which makes sense because you will continue to keep your body out of balance when you could be learning what to do to put it back into better balance, therefore get through it faster. That's actually what works. Because I know women that are still gaining weight, even though they're postmenopause, and continue to gain weight, and to continue to gain. That's not necessary. That's not necessary, right? You don't have to continue gaining weight, especially in postmenopause. You actually should be leveled off and even able to lose weight easier than you did, okay? So that is what is just, so there's something that's off that you haven't corrected yet, and that's why you're still gaining weight or still feeling lots of the symptoms, still not feeling good, still having low energy, still having too much stress, okay? So that is it. And in my programs, all my programs and courses and coaching, I help you, for you, yourself, personally, to bring your body back into better balance. And therefore, you get through it much easier, feel better while you're going through it, and it will end faster for you, right? And you won't gain all the weight. All women lose weight or stop gaining weight when they work with me, all of them. You do not continue to gain weight if you work with me. So that's a good thing, right? All right, let's talk about some of the emotional symptoms. Here we go. You might know already. But I know anxiety is one that comes up for a lot of women. And that was the first time that I experienced anxiety was in perimenopause. I started perimenopause at the age of 43, very young. But what I kind of started first noticing was emotional ups and downs. So like a really bad PMS, right? Extended PMS. Like, oh my God, I can't get, like, it's every day all the time. It would get really bad. And my PMS when I was having my period when I was younger, it was a normal. I got really bad cramps. I would have bitchiness, but it would end. And when I started perimenopause, it would be like exaggerated. It would be like, oh my God, like over emotional, like crazy emotional, like I was when I was a teenager almost. Could cry at anything. Felt I just wanted to be alone, right? I just wanted everybody to leave me alone. That was a pretty crazy one. Does anybody feel like that? I just wanted people just leave me alone. Don't talk to me, leave me alone. I can't take this. I used to be able to handle, as in stress or busyness or things to do or things to focus on. I couldn't do all that. Like it was overwhelming, right? So in our 30s and 40s, we're usually like 20s, 30s, and 40s, we're usually like really active, really can get things done, go, go, go. We can handle so many things. And then you can hit this midlife phase and all of a sudden it just seems to fall apart. It's like, I'm overly stressed. I'm overly emotional. You may be getting headaches. You may be feeling bloated and digestive problems. You may feel exhausted. And it's just like, what's happened? You can't remember things. You start to forget things. You don't know why you walked into a room. And you're in the middle of a conversation and you totally lose your train of thought. You're like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I thought, like I was scared I was having Alzheimer's, early Alzheimer's. That's what I was. That's how bad it was. Because I didn't know what was going on, right? So I had all this mental confusion. I had all this overwhelm, this stress, feel like I'm going crazy. Why can't I handle my life anymore? Why is everything so hard for me? Why do I want to run away from the world, right? I just remember thinking, I just want to run away. Like, I don't want to be involved in all of this anymore. Like, can I just stop, right? Just stop. And does anybody else experience stuff like this? Say hello when you're watching. Make sure you say hello. Give me a like or something so Facebook knows you're interested. It helps my videos get shown. But there's a lot of emotional symptoms. Apathy, anxiety, depression, overwhelm, stress, memory problems, not able to think clearly, hard to focus, brain fog, hard to sleep. So of course, when we have sleep problems, that also makes us so tired during the day and foggy and hard to think and just want to sleep, right? So all of that can be going on. And this is what is so challenging, right? It's so challenging. You know, and the hot flashes don't start till later usually on through this phase of life. So when you first start noticing some of the emotional symptoms, it's like, wow, you kind of think like all of a sudden I feel like I'm going crazy. Why am I like this? And then your husband doesn't understand you. Your kids don't understand you. You don't know what's going on. You're not even that great at work anymore because you can't. I remember me at work. I'm like, oh my God, I'm forgetting things at work. I'm unfocused. I can't concentrate. I'm forgetting things. So it's like, it's affecting your work. And that's terrible, right? And then especially if you are so tired, fatigued, and not getting enough sleep, then it's affecting your work again. And you're trying to wake up in the morning and you're exhausted and you're like, oh God, I got to do this again. It's almost like I can't handle all the stuff. And you know that, well, I used to be able to handle everything, but I can't anymore, right? So it can be a really scary time. And once we realize kind of like what's going on. So those, I'm going to see if I can, loss of sex drive is a common one that some people know about, others may not know about. Loss of sex drive can happen because of a couple things, right? It will happen when you're under consistent stress. It will happen if you are exhausted. It will happen and then again, when your hormones are changing and your testosterone is getting really low and your progesterone is getting low. So those types of things, it's common for that too, right? But you can change it. It's that a few things need to change so that things become better balanced. It is truly about feeding and fueling your physical body, working on your mindset, your thoughts, and also your soul, right? Like listening to your body, getting sleep, getting rest, respecting yourself, changing things in your life that need to change. And this is kind of what I'm going to talk about too, is things that people don't realize about this midlife phase. So they don't make changes, and then they end up feeling worse and keeping themselves out of balance for longer, or maybe even it gets worse and leads to illness and disease, autoimmune diseases, and lots of other breast cancers, other cancers, and lots of other problems. You know, if we think about how many women you know in midlife who have had different types of cancers, breast cancer, who are on antidepressants, who suffer from anxiety, all of those things, it is unbelievable how many there are. And also, it's because doctors, the main, the medical doctors, the physicians, that you go to, they don't learn about this phase. They don't learn about hormones. They don't learn about nutrition. So they have no idea how to help you properly. The only thing they learn is what the drug companies tell them, which is if a woman comes in with this symptom, you give them this drug. If a woman comes in with these symptoms, like anxiety, a bit of depression, feeling overwhelmed, give them an antidepressant. If a woman comes in you and she's having a lot of hot flashes and she doesn't like them, give them synthetic estrogen, which causes, believe me, way more problems than you want. Right? So this is what those medical doctors are taught. So when you go to your regular doctor for help, they are not going to help you in a way that's going to benefit you. Okay? You can do it in a more natural way because you do not have a disease. But the thing that I do encourage women is to get checked out. So when I was going through this phase and developing all these symptoms and feeling crazy and losing my mind, like, oh my God, I did go to my doctor quite a few times because, all those years ago, I didn't know. And I had all the tests done. Okay. I had all the tests done to make sure that I was okay. So when my doctor said, yeah, you're fine and you're far too young for any type of menopause, so I don't know what's going on with you, but there shouldn't be anything. It's all in your mind, whatever, right? That's when I did my own research and decided to find what I could find out because I knew that I didn't feel good. I knew that things were wrong. I knew that my body was breaking down, right? Severe digestive problems, extreme fatigue. And I was a personal trainer and a yoga teacher. And I was so tired, I could barely make it through the day, right? So we've got to really know that at this time, even because it was 13 years ago, whatever, for me, 15 years ago now, still, your regular MD doctors they're not taught about this in school, so we cannot expect them to know. So still know that it is something that's not talked about as often or as much as it could be or should be. There's still not much information out there. And that it's really important that you realize, okay, this is a time for me. My body's going through a lot of changes. Now, hormones, if we really think about it, we've heard that hormones affect our moods, right? There's also serotonin, dopamine. Those are hormones. So hormones affect our moods. They affect every organ in our body, the working of every organ in our body. They affect how our brain works. They affect the temperature of our body. They affect how we metabolize fat. Hormones affect everything, every function of our body, how we digest our food, how we detoxify. So when we're in this stage that our hormones are fluctuating so much, it affects all of us, you guys, every single aspect of our body. That's how crucial this is. It's not like, well, I gained weight, I'm not feeling good, I'll just take some of these pills to cover up the symptoms that only actually make things worse. But I won't have hot flashes, but now I've gained a whole bunch of weight. I have water retention and possibility breast cancer, right? With estrogen, right? So just know that it's really a phase where we're asked to take better care of ourselves, right? It's like, okay, I'm changing. Even sometimes when we don't want to, we don't want to face it, right? I'm changing. I'm moving into another phase of my life. And now what do I need to do to support myself in a better way? All aspects of your life. And let me just see if I missed any other things that people deal with. So you will also get body aches. Here's another one that I wrote down. Lack of sex drive, heavy bleeding. And I do have a video on YouTube. It's one of my most watched videos about heavy, extreme bleeding and clotting in perimenopause. And you think you're going to die. And like, oh my, you can't even stand up. And sometimes the bleeding is so heavy, you have to wear 2 pads and 2 pairs of underwear and it still bleeds through. Often women have to miss their work because they can't even stand. That's how much you can bleed in perimenopause. And big, huge clots can come out because that is just your body shedding. That's your body ending this phase, okay? It is normal. But, of course, again, I encourage women to get checked out if you feel like you're going through something and you're really worried because the bleeding doesn't stop day after day after day, month after month. That's not normal, right? But there also probably is hormonal problems within your body that are causing that to be prolonged. Whereas what's a medical doctor going to do is just give you a hysterectomy, which probably would not be needed. Okay. You could also have fibroids. Some people have had fibroids or may know what fibroids are. Those can develop in this phase of life, cause pain, cause discomfort, cause a lot of bleeding, cause a lot of other issues. Now, fibroids are very common with estrogen dominance. So if you look at foods for estrogen dominance or foods to avoid with estrogen dominance, start on that path if you have fibroids, okay? Make sure that if you are higher in estrogen, which is very possible with with a lot of fibroids, then you need to pay attention to, and that includes plastics, preservatives, fake colorings, fast food, pre-prepared foods, anything that might have preservatives, chemicals, colorings, natural flavorings, all of those things in it, anything that's in plastic, all of those things, right? It's like those things can produce like fake estrogens in your body and you become estrogen dominance with bad estrogen because there's different kinds of estrogen. The estrogen you don't want, right? And a lot of vegan foods has a lot of bad soy in it, which can cause estrogen dominance, and a lot of chemicals and preservatives. So you just got to really watch about the vegan meats and the vegan things too for that type of thing, okay? So there are things to consider. There's always a way to bring your body back into better balance. Always, always, naturally. There absolutely is. Now, when you have some hormonal changes, it can also lead to thyroid problems. And many women in midlife are misdiagnosed with thyroid problems. So they're tested in a way that doesn't quite show, but really they have these problems. It's just they're not bad enough for the doctor to tag them yet, but they're still causing symptoms, issues, and problems with your body. Because hormones are like dominoes, right? When one hormone's out, boom, gets knocked over, all the other dominoes start to go boom, 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 boom. And pretty soon you're like, oh my God, I'm feeling like crap. And that's what can happen when you don't kind of stop and begin to take care of yourself. It's just like this progression of I feel worse, I feel worse, I feel worse. Now this is happening, now this is happening, now this is happening, right? So it's so good to be aware of, wow, when you begin this midlife change, it is a time for us to change. So our body's changing. That means we ourselves need to change. And yes, we can resist the change. We cannot want the change. We don't want to change what we eat. We don't want to change our lifestyle. We think we're too busy to change. I can't possibly slow down. I have too many commitments. I have too many things I need to do. My family needs me. All of that. But if you keep denying or keep trying to keep things the same that got you to feeling terrible, your health will only get worse. It's not going to get better. Your body will not come into balance unless you take care of it. Decrease the stress. If you're not sleeping well, you have to figure out why and fix that, because that's where you do your healing and your rejuvenation. And then some of the symptoms, there are herbal formulations you can take at a health food store. There are things you can begin to take that'll help to bring your body naturally into better balance. And there are foods also, right? There's certain foods you used to eat that may not have caused weight gain or any problems with your body are now causing problems. So when you learn to become aware of those, you can switch how you eat and eat more foods that feed the glands that produce the hormones so that they are doing their job and they are healthy and able to do their job. And get rid of the foods that lower your energy, cause inflammation, help you bring your body into more toxic body. And then stress, decrease your stress. Stress causes inflammation in the body, also causes a toxic body. And also you will not be able to lose weight when you're under consistent stress in midlife. So stress is a big one. But is there any issues you guys are dealing with right now who are on live? And if you're on the replay, let me know also some of the things you're going through right now. I also am going to do a live video on Wednesday and one on Saturday. And I want to do videos that will help you. So whatever things you guys would like help with, those are the videos I would like to do on Wednesday and Saturday, okay? So for the emotional issues, it is a big thing about understanding that if I'm in a state of anxiety, it could be the hormones. If this is new to me, so then I need to learn how to cope and handle anxiety, right? You can, yes, take supplements and things for that. And if you go to you can go to a website in the US called hormonesbalance.com, and they have supplement formulations, and you may find one for that. Or a really, really, really good health food store. Don't order just on Amazon if you don't know what you're ordering. And then in my programs, I can help you with what to take, right? Because each person is different and I need to know things, and I can help you with natural supplements to take. But also the coping mechanisms and understanding your thoughts and understanding that this is just something that has come on as a result of imbalance in your body. So when you understand that, I have an awareness that I may be experiencing this anxiety or certain thoughts that don't feel good right now, right? I have the awareness. That helps you to get out of, because it's not real. You're not in real danger. You're not in real whatever, even though you feel like this fight or flight, anxious state, right? You're become aware of it. Sit in the full present moment. Is my mind focusing on the past? Is my mind worried about the future? What is bringing these thoughts out right now? So being more conscious of your thoughts, and being conscious of how you feel about your thoughts, right? So if we start to think a worried thought, we will begin to feel more anxious and worried, and then we will take certain actions. We may emotionally eat, stress eat, binge, drink alcohol, whatever. So you see the thought, feeling, action. You want to become aware of that, right? So first of all, you start with awareness always. And then you can go into certain tools and techniques for helping you bring your body, the stress response, down. Breath is number one. Number one. So often you're breathing shallow, or you're not even paying attention to how you are breathing. You're out of your body instead of sitting in your body. Maybe you're in your head with the thoughts, the worries, the fears, oh my God, or the busyness, or you're soaking in all the energy from around you. People who are sensitive, you're not controlling your own energy. You're not being in your body. So you're just absorbing everything. And the way the world is right now and the craziness we are all in, this crazy energy is affecting us. So until you learn how to connect within yourself And with your breath, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And as you exhale, just kind of almost focus on your energy going down, 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 through your whole body into the center of the earth. And like growing roots. And then inhaling the earth's energy back up into your body. And then exhale again, down, 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 down. And feel your body. You can count your breath, right? Inhale 4, exhale 4, or exhale 6, exhale 5, whatever. Just a consistent breath. Inhale, exhale. Right. You can walk in nature, barefoot outside, things like that help you to ground too. But it's more so I have the awareness that I'm in this situation. Start with the breath right away. I like putting my hand on my heart because I feel that connects me to my body. You put your hand on your belly too, whatever you want to feel in your body. Get out of here, down into here, and even down into your base chakra, which is like your pelvis area, right? That's your root, your safety, security. You can recite things like, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe, I am loved, I am loved, I am safe, I am supported, always. I'm safe, I'm supported, always. Everything is perfect right now. Everything is fine, right? So that is the easiest way. And then there's things like emotional freedom technique tapping, which helps to calm your nervous system down. It works on the meridians of your body. So you can look up that EFT, or tapping it's called. So there's things you can do. And the more you train yourself and your body to have the awareness when something's going like that, to know what to do, the tools and techniques, and then to practice them over and over again, your body will adjust to them. So it knows it's coming, right? I feel anxious. As soon as you start breathing in that slow, even way, your body will go, oh yes, it's time to relax. When you regulate your heartbeat, you regulate your nervous system, okay? So it's like heart, nervous system. They work together, okay? So connecting to your body, breathing in, even counting your breath if you don't want to think. 1, 2, 3, 4 in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out. Right? Then repeat. Just to get out of here, into your body, hand on your heart. And the more you do this, you'll go into it faster. But at first when you're in that state, you may need to stay like this for 15 minutes. Who knows? But it's worth it. Go into the bathroom if you're at work. Sit on the toilet, close the stall, right? Bring yourself down from that state. Because if you stay in fight or flight in that high stress and high anxious state, that's very unhealthy for your body. It shuts down your hormonal system. So your hormones are not being produced like they should. Therefore, you will not come into better balance. It increases inflammation. It causes a toxic body. So stress causes toxic chemicals to be released by your body that move through your body, as well as you cannot lose weight. So it shuts down. It also slows down your digestive system. It decreases your immune system because you're in fight or flight so long, right? So this is how crucial it is during this midlife phase especially and beyond for you to learn practices and do them so that you can help your body to get back into more of a relaxed state. And just 10 deep breaths, right? A few times a day. Everybody can do that. But having the willingness, doing the practice, and making sure you're being consistent, right? And sex drive, for low sex drive. Oh, I talked about that already. It could be when you're in too much stress, when you're too exhausted, when you're at a phase of perimenopause where you feel like you just want to be left alone. That means it's kind of like your time to take better care of yourself, to be with you. You don't want to have like someone else. It feels weird to have someone else's energy always in your energy because you are more sensitive. So this is what I noticed in perimenopause too. It was like I didn't want my boyfriend near me all the time. I was like, oh, like get away. Like I just want my space. So you may feel you need your own space. You may feel like I just need space to just be me, because you're noticing when you get around people, you're feeling their energy too much, or you're feeling too many expectations, right? It's like, I've taken care of everybody. I've done so much for everybody. It's my time now. Midlife, menopause, whatever, is a time of phase where it's your time. It's your time now to take care of you. That doesn't mean you forget about your kids or all that. No, it just means you actually need more time to take care of you right now. Because you are changing, right? It's like a butterfly a caterpillar going into a cocoon and coming out a butterfly. It's really a transition phase for us. It's transformation. And if we don't allow that transformation, if we don't take care of us during that transformation, we're going to come out the other end really bitter, really bitchy, really cranky, really like, I'm never going to get time for myself and I hate the world and I don't want to do this. Eat, drink. Get fat. Because you feel helpless, right? You feel like, I can't take a break. There's no one to help me. I can't do anything for myself. So what happens? You start to continue those bad habits of eating and drinking too much and not caring about yourself and not caring about your body and not giving yourself time and not doing things that bring you joy. And that could be the reality of it. Which is really sad because no one should live like that. But some women do it to themselves, believing there's no way I can take time for me. That would be selfish. Or there's no way that people would accept me if I said that. That's, because we're raised, right? The programming and conditioning, the way we're raised, as in, women, if they put everybody else first, they're considered, oh my God, she's such an amazing woman. She's a saint. She's so wonderful, right? That's old stuff. That's crap. Each person takes care of themselves, right? So the most important thing we can do is work on ourselves, because then we are better able to help others. We are then in better states of energy to be around others. We don't show up in a bitter, frustrated, resentful way, right? We're happy, we're healthy, we're vibrant, right? We like ourselves, we love ourselves. If each person showed up like that, the world would be a way better place, right? A way better place. And what I believe too is for people who have kids, I think it's so important that you're showing your kids that they, as they grow up, they get to take time for themselves. They get to do the best things for their body. They get to eat healthy so that they feel better, so that they live longer, so that they experience better health, so they don't become dependent on others and have to live in a home and have no quality of life, right? Like, we are at a turning phase in your life when you're in midlife. I don't care how old you are. It's time to decide now, I'm either going to take really good care of myself, or I'm going to deny that there's any problems going on, or deny that I actually can do something about it. And I'm going to go down this path, which will inevitably lead to you feeling worse and your health getting worse. Right? That's doom and gloom, isn't it? But there is so much you can do. It's not hard. It's just if you are clinging and thinking and believing, and I think the next video we're going to talk a lot about the mindset required to actually make the changes, because it's often not the action that'll stop you. It's what you think about the action, or how you think that it would be if you had to be that way, right? Like, I can't be like that. I could never do that. I'm not that type of person. But yeah, you want certain results, right? So then it requires you to go, I need to change some things about myself, and I probably need to change some things in my life. But you can also do that a little bit at a little bit, right? And in my programs, women end up changing. Believe me, it's not just about the food. So many things begin to change, because when you set the mindset right for, if you think of health, wellness, balance, there's never a perfect balance anyways, but truly working towards living a life that really feels good for you, mind, body, soul. When you work towards that, everything in your life improves. Every single thing. Everything. And if you don't work towards it, it's not going to get better, right? Like, so if that's not part of your daily activity where you're thinking about how am I nourishing my body, how am I nourishing my soul, how am I nourishing my spirit, what are my thoughts today, what are my intentions, right? If none of that stuff is in your mind as you're going through your day, then how's things going to change, right? They probably won't change. It'll get worse, actually. It will change, but not for the better, right? So there is so much we can do, and it's about being more, taking little actions, little changes on a consistent basis with the attitude of, oh man, this is a time of change for me. I'm going to choose to be healthy. I'm going to choose to live a life that feels better for me. I'm going to choose to make changes that feel good. I'm going to choose to feel better about myself and my body. I'm going to choose to love my life. I'm going to choose to do things that bring me joy. I'm going to choose to let go of things that don't serve me anymore, that may have worked when I was in my 20s, 30s, or even early 40s, but right now they just don't feel good to me. And that can happen in midlife. We change. You may not, obviously, your job may feel totally wrong for you all of a sudden. Your relationship may feel like, I can't do this anymore. Where you live may feel like, this doesn't feed my soul. This feels so wrong. I don't feel at home here anymore. Things like that, because you are changing, right? It's like a teenager becoming a young adult. We don't expect them to act the same. They're changing, right? So as women change, and men do too at this next phase of life, it's just, I don't think they're even allowed to. We just laugh at it and call it this midlife phase or this midlife crisis for a guy. But they go through something called andropause. And I think one day that's going to start to come out more common and popular and speak about the hormonal changes they go through and the emotions they go through too. So really, if you're a woman who has a husband who's close to your age, maybe it's time you guys start talking about this, right? You may be both too afraid to say anything, but it's a time of change for both people. Men just go through it a bit later. All right. But so they have, they will get more estrogen, less testosterone. So that's when they tend to get more of the man boob and more of the belly fat and lose muscle mass, and their sex drive gets lower. That can happen. That'll happen. And they don't sleep well. Men can even have problems sleeping too. Absolutely. So there's things that men go through too, and even the emotions and stuff that they really probably struggle with. So that should be talked about sometime too. All right. Do you ladies who are on have any questions, any comments, anything that you're wanting to know about, that you want more information on? And I do one-on-one coaching. I just do even one sessions. If you want just one session with me, that's totally possible. And then I have a program going on right now, but I will be starting another program in May. So that is always ongoing, but feel free to reach out to me on Messenger. We can have a call, no charge, no obligation at all. If you're just like, oh my God, is there help available? Well, could you help me? Is there something I can do? That's what we can talk about, okay? On the call. All right. Well, let me know you've watched. Like I said, make sure to give me a like, give me a love, or put a comment. And if you see this on YouTube and you're on Facebook, come and join us at Women Creating Healthy Lives on Facebook. And if you're not on my YouTube channel, it's Diana Marchand on YouTube. I have over 800 videos there. Okay, have an absolutely amazing evening. Thank you so much for being here live, and thank you for watching the replay, and so much love to you. This too shall pass, this phase, but think of it as this transformative, amazing change in your life that you can make, because you're going to work towards making your life better, working towards feeling better, working towards more vibrant health. That's what we're going to talk about, more mindset and how to think about it so that you're actually more excited about it. All right, so it's love.